Hi everybody, it's Brooke Harris from theopenbox.com, where our vision is to make wholeness more accessible. I want to talk briefly today about vision. So this is one of my older vision boards that I've done, but I know a lot of people do vision boards and they do them probably every year, or some people might do it more than once a year. But I really like vision boards because I think they really take the images that are in your mind for what you want in your life, and they let you see it out there so that you can see them becoming more easier to attain, or just giving you that visual and that intention that is just so powerful. When it comes to visions, one of the things that I've really been looking at this year is the difference between visions and goals. And so for me, what I realized, particularly with this vision board that I created years ago, was that there was a big focus on goals. Just checking off things that I wanted, whether it was to travel or to take pictures, having better relationships, and I definitely was big on a house too, getting the house of my dreams and everything. It was always something that I want this thing. And what I realized this year is that, and actually even last year it started to develop a little bit more, I realized that there has to be a greater vision behind it. Because once I get the house, once I get to travel to that place, what next? And so I realized that the vision is the bigger why, the bigger meaning behind all of these goals put together. So last year I created a new vision board, which I believe is much more indicative of my actual vision for my life. And I divided it. You know what? Don't even worry about if you can see what's on here. But the point is, you see how different it is, right? This one is lighter. It has less things on it. And for me, this one was more focused. And so it has more of what I think is important for me in my life beyond just a house, beyond just travel. I have things like peace and joy and contentment. Those are really important to me, so that no matter what I get, excuse me, in terms of a house or the dream job or anything like that, no matter what, those things are what I'm really seeking behind that. That's the greater vision for myself. Additionally, this year, I created another one. This time, I had heard about themes. And that struck me because a friend of mine mentioned it, and then I read about it from another life coach, and I was really intrigued by the idea of having a theme for the year and having a theme for each year. And so for me, I created a much smaller one. If you can see, the theme for this one, tilt it down, thank you, my handy assistant, Terrell. The theme for this one is about connection. And that was my theme for this year. And so for me, the theme is that everything that I'm seeking to do, seeking to be, is going to be tied to connection for this year. And yet it still ties into that greater vision, that vision board that I just showed you. It still ties into that one. And so I really like that. Okay, yeah, there it is right there. Tilt down. Okay. I really like the idea of themes because I thought it was really important as a guide and as a reminder. A lot of times people put the vision boards up on their walls. I keep mine on a windowsill, and then I have this new one that I have to figure out what I want to do. I think I'm going to frame it and put it up so that I can have it as a reminder. Sometimes what I've done with vision boards is I would create them and then leave them alone, and then months later, even years later, look back and say, oh wow, that happened, and oh okay, this still has to come to fruition. And then I've also looked at them and thought, oh, you know what, I don't even want that anymore. But it's still helpful to do them because it helps you to kind of see what it is that you want, and to look at your journey and how things have changed, how you have grown in more of what you want. And in terms of your vision, for me, over the last several years, doing these vision boards has really allowed me to focus in more on my actual vision and not getting stuck on goals. Some other people do digital ones as well. A lot of people are using Pinterest. I even saw someone on Facebook do one that I really, really liked, and I think I might start doing that as well. They had a vision book, and I thought that was really cool because you can continuously add to it month after month, week after week. You can add to it and have that vision keep growing. You can even make it about other things, not just of what you want in your life. It can be a visual gratitude kind of book. So I really like that. But I'm really encouraging you all to do one if you haven't. And if you have, please share how great this is. I don't think I know many people who hate it. And if you do hate it, you know, share that too, because maybe there's other ways. Terrell and I, we were working toward doing one for our marriage. And what we realized as we worked toward it, he was doing one for our vision for our marriage, and I was stuck on goals. And I kind of got tripped up like, what? This isn't working right. And what I realized is we already had a vision that we wrote out for our marriage. And so we revisited that and really looked at that and saw the ways in which we're working toward that, saw the things that we need to still do. And so it was also helpful to just have that written. And eventually we're going to get to doing that visually as well. I'm hoping. Here's hoping. You know, going to add that. But at least we have it out of our heads and really have it on paper, on something physical, so that it can hold us accountable to really working toward that thing. So that is my spiel about visions and goals. Let us know below, and I'm at Brooke. That is not who I am. I am at Land of Brooke on Twitter. And you can also comment on theopenbox.com about your experience with visions, with goals, with vision boards. What have you accomplished in doing them over the years? Or if this is your first time, how's that experience for you? We would love to hear from you. Thank you, and see you next time.